Hey everyone, welcome to Billy's Bubble, episode 3 of Did You Know? And it's early in the morning. You know, sometimes in the middle of this we talk about what makes us grumpy and, grouchy old men, and people seem to like that, And I couldn't think of anything this time, so I must be getting better. But one thing is, I'm going to ad lib because Liberty made me get up early in the morning to do this because he's an early riser and I'm not.
Hey, why am I an early riser? Because I have to take my 6-year-old to kindergarten in the
There you
morning.
go, you see. This is a lesson learned, so pay attention. You have little children. We love little children.
We love
I
little
love
children.
May. I love Anna. But,
Yeah, it's work.
they want to get up early.
They want to get up
Until they're
early.
teenagers, you'll be saying, get out of bed.
Yeah, right.
Get up.
Hopefully I'll be alive.
God forbid, you will be alive, please. We can't lose any more people.
Oh, God.
And today we're going to do somebody who I wasn't really familiar because it was before my time, and you are a little bit older than me, just a little. But you turned me on years ago to Panama Francis.
Yes, sir.
He was one of your big, and I think it was in an interview that you did with Dino Dinelli. You guys were talking about it because you did that 10-part series for me with Dino.
Right.
He
knew.
The late,
he knew
great
about-
Dino Dinelli.
Yeah, Dino.
Panama Francis, because you know a lot about Panama Francis. I mean,
Yes.
tell us a little bit.
Well, one of my favorite songs always was "The Wanderer" by
Dion.
And I was sitting with Christine Ullman, the great Christine Ullman, Beehive Queen.
Yeah, we
vocals
love
on
Christine.
Saturday Night
Hey,
Live
Christine.
and everything like that. And I said, "Who played drums on The Wanderer? The feel is so good. It's unbelievable. It's by Dion, and I don't know who played drums." Christine said, "I'll call Dion. Let's find out." He was in the phone. So Dion gets on the phone. He goes, "Yeah, Panama Francis played drums on that."
Wow. Now, were you familiar with Panama Francis already at that point?
No, I didn't know the name.
You see?
And then I thought, what a great name. What a great name. And I found out that he played with this guy, Tab Smith or something like that, Billy Hicks or somebody. And it was Tab Smith who named him Panama because of a hat he had on. He couldn't remember his name. And he said, "Hey, Panama."
Wow, that's great. And that became
his-
that's how everybody knows him because his real name is David Albert
Right.
Francis. And then Panama, everybody knows him as Panama Francis. So the Wanderer, and then he also played on Run Around Sue.
Yes. Yes.
Alexa, play The Wanderer by Dion.
Here's The Wanderer by Dion on Amazon Music.
They all had that shuffle. I guess that came from the jazz, the swing.
Yeah.
Alexa, just a little bit louder. See, now you know what's great about being a studio musician is like you don't know the song at all.
No.
Like you walk in there blind.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you're hearing it for the first time. And then sometimes your first instinct works.
Yeah.
But most of the time you got to give it a little chance, and then or somebody has producer has an idea. Well, make it sound like this record, or make it sound like this person,
Yeah.
But all these guys in these days, they just went in and they had to come up with their part pretty quickly.
You don't necessarily have to hit the drum. You can hit the rim sometimes, like this, Phil Hill. It's like
Great, unbelievable.
just how it feels. Even on the Beatles days, they made mistakes on the record,
I
but
know.
it
Didn't
felt
matter.
great.
It didn't matter. Alexa, play Run Around Sue by Dion.
Run Around Sue, remastered 1991 by Dion on Amazon Music.
Here's my story, it's sad but true. It's about a girl that I once town.
Hand claps. Everybody around the mic.
And then there's the classic, the fills that it does.
Now think about it, right?
No.
It's
Yeah.
not rocket science what he's playing,
No.
but then great film. Great film.
And it becomes a pattern.
Yeah.
It becomes a thing that
It's a
Phil
hook.
is
It
so
becomes a
good
hook.
that do it again. Do it again.
That becomes the hook.
Yeah.
And this is remastered, so you can't even hear it a little bit more than
Right.
back in the day. Alexa off.
So
Yeah,
good.
no, I mean, in the '50s, he was the guy on so many records, and then I loved Bobby Darin, Mac the Knife, of course. Growing up, my parents that was a record that they always. But then Splish Splash,
Yeah, he played on Splish Splash.
yeah, and that was kind of like more of a
Bap, bap,
yeah.
bap, bap. Yeah.
Let's listen to that. Alexa, play Splish Splash by Bobby Darin.
Splash by Bobby Darin on Amazon
She
Music.
knows. Look at that.
Splish splash, I was taking a bath. Long about a Saturday night.
Now I could see Dion singing this.
Oh, yeah.
Just relaxing in the tub. Thinking
The sound of the era.
well, I stepped out the tub and put my feet on the floor. I wrapped the towel around me and I opened the door. And then a splish splash, I jumped back in
Now you
the
think he was
bath.
reading the chart for this to learn all those? I don't know. I wonder. Because in those days, all these guys came from reading. I wonder if they just still made their cues. Because Al used to read and make cues.
Just so great.
It's a shame these guys never got the recognition
No.
when they were alive, because then we would be able to ask these questions. I mean, this was the beginning of rock and roll, man. It's
Yes. Yes.
like, Alexa off. Yeah.
Yeah, Splish Splash. It's funny. Funny story. I actually did that song, Splish Splash, on a children's album with Dr. John.
Really?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Yeah. That version, can people hear that? Is that available?
It's on In Harmony. It was this thing that...
like a children's record?
No, it actually had a lot of artists on it. I actually did a song with Billy Joel too, because called "I Got a Friend That Nobody Knows" that Billy actually wrote for the record. But I did Splish Splash on the same record with Dr. John, and it was done by Carly Simon's sister. She put the whole thing together.
Oh, I think I remember hearing something about that. Like this is 20 years ago,
Oh,
maybe,
pff.
maybe more, right?
Yeah, it was A&R Studios.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I remember it was one point where he wanted a certain sound.
Was Phil Ramone
Yeah.
involved in that?
He wanted a certain sound, and we were trying different things, banging on the metal chair and stuff like that. And the next thing I knew, there I was laying on the floor with Dr. John banging on stuff.
Wow, that's a great story. See, I never knew that. See, not only do you get to, did you know? There you go. It's like, that's great, man. So what else?
Oh, don't forget, he played on Big Girls Don't Cry and Walk Like a Man.
Yeah, see, now I did not know that, because I always thought Barry Saltzman played on all that stuff, and we know Gary Chester played on some of that stuff, and that's all East Coast here. But Panama was born in Florida and then lived in Florida pretty much his whole life, even though he toured with like Cobb Calloway and even Benny Goodman, and he toured with the big bands at one point, and even in his later years he toured. But yeah, the Four Seasons, the fill, the way it starts. It's like, yeah. Alexa, play "Big Girls Don't Cry" by Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons.
Big Girls Don't Cry by Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons on Amazon Music.
And it's all on the one drum, right? Now, when we were kids, right, didn't you think like that was like a big, gigantic fill, right? It's all one drum.
And
And the drive. And of course, Frankie Valli. I mean, nobody had heard that kind of singing before. You know, and then the Bee Gees, you know, everybody, when Barry started singing, it was like, oh my God, you know, but Frankie Valli, man, to this day, he still sounds great.
So great.
Listen to hi-hat, how tight.
I know, yeah.
And the hand claps again. We got to bring hand claps. We got to bring real hand claps back, man.
We did that on Uptown Girl.
Yeah, we did it on all the Manta stuff.
Yeah.
All had. We had that was all the roadies and everybody, all the girls, you know. Hey, you want to play on a record? Alexa,
Walk Like a Man.
play Walk Like a Man by Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons.
Here's Walk Like a Man by Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons on Amazon Music.
It's unbelievable. See, now that's a song that, like, people could say, drum-wise, name this song in, you know, in one fill. There's the hand claps again.
Yeah.
I always thought they were saying hooah. Hooah, hooah, hooah. Hooah. I mean, it could be because the song is about stop crying over the girl. She used you. Get over it.
Right.
Ah, she's a whore. Wow. Alexa, off.
She's not listening. She likes the song.
She likes the song. Alexa, off.
You know, we should have a contest. Write in and tell us what you think. Is it ooh-ah or is it hoo-ah?
Some days it's one, some days it's the other. It's going to what kind of mood we're in. So tell me more. Tell me more about, tell me more.
Tell me more. Panama Francis.
Yeah, tell me more before we move on.
Only You. Smoke Gets in Your Eyes.
The Platters.
They're classics. Those
all
are
that
classic
stuff.
records.
All right, pick one. Tell her which one. Because he played on all that Platters stuff. Really.
Yeah, he did.
So I know some of that stuff don't have drums. So The Great Pretender he played on, and
Such great stuff.
Smoke Gets in Your Eyes. So which one you want to play?
Only You.
Alexa, play Only You by the Platters.
Only You by the Platters on Amazon Music.
We may have to dance.
I'm dancing with Butch, not you.
Only you can make this world seem right.
See, now some of the younger generation, they might be going, oh, these old guys, listen to what they're listening to and everything, right? Try to play this without doing a fill, without doing anything spectacular, and just try to play in the pocket and just play along to this.
Right, and they would immediately go to a blues thing like this. But I don't think he's doing that. I think he's just riding like that because the piano's already doing this.
Right.
You know, why would you do that too?
Exactly. And again, as Ringo would say, it's about the singer and the song.
Yes.
And Hal would say it's about the story. Now, what better singing, song, you know, and story? And the drumming's not like, you know, people are not going to say, oh, this record made it because of the drumming. No. But to play on a song like this, when you do studio work,
It's a classic. That's why they give out at the Grammys, they give out Song of the Year and Record of the Year. Record of the Year goes to all those guys on that record.
right. And the song is whatever the songwriter.
The
of course.
songwriter, yeah.
Alexa, Off.
That song, do you know how many prophylactics were thrown out of a car during that song?
What's a prophylactic?
Yeah. Should I explain? There is no amateur phylactic. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, it's only a prophylactic. Otherwise, you're in trouble. Oh God, we got to watch what we say these days. So we got to
You're right.
You know, we got to be careful. We don't want to offend anybody.
No, nobody.
Well,
But you know,
me and you offend enough people.
You know, let's not forget that he also played on Calendar Girl by Neil Sedaka and Twisting the Night Away, Sam Cooke, and Wilson Pickett's In the Midnight Hour.
There we go. That everybody knows. See, and now you know who the drummer on that is. Panama Francis. Alexa, play In the Midnight Hour by Wilson Pickett.
The Midnight Hour by Wilson Pickett on Amazon Music.
Now, I mean, come on. Every drummer in the world has played this, whether
Everybody.
they wanted to or not. We still have to play it sometimes when people say, hey, you want to come up and sit in? Or what song you want to do? Mustang Sally, Midnight Hour? And listen, see, that's the thing, too. Look, all the different genres.
Yeah.
There was no black and white.
No.
You know, Bobby Darin to Wilson Pickett to,
Right.
you know, to Benny Goodman to Cab Calloway. You know, it was like,
Right.
come on, people, get your shit together. Let's get this world back to shape, please. No, I said I wasn't going to go into my angry old
No,
man.
you're getting angry
I'm
now.
getting
see?
angry.
You're getting angry. You're becoming the angry old man now.
Becoming the angry old man. Didn't you have a song?
Something like that.
But I mean, listen to that pocket.
It's so deep.
And his vocal, of course. Again, see, the vocal, the song,
Yeah.
the music, the drums, really. Because let's
Yeah.
face it, even though, you know, we always say this. Well, the drums, you know, the drums are so important. The drums are so important. Yeah, because that's what gives you the feel. That's what's making us go like this right
That's
now.
it. That's what makes you get up off your butt and dance and move.
Right, right. Or hold the girl tight, you know, and if it's a ballad and driving.
Yeah.
They
Go
always-
into the
they
straight
always
four
went
on the
into that
snap.
they always went into that driving. Unbelievable. Panama Francis. He even played with Duke Ellington at one time.
Unbelievable.
Alexa, off. Well, I mean, we could go on and on because what you should do is just look it up. You know, you especially the younger generation. We always stress that you have to know who came before who. You know, and everybody copies everybody. And now, the next drummer that we're going to talk about.
First, let me say this to the younger generation here.
Uh-oh.
There's a
His
lot of
ang-
videos.
His angry old man
I'm
stuff's
an
gonna
angry
come
old
out.
man now. You know, I've had a great career and everything like that. So I'm going to start to talk about this stuff. The drummers that we're bringing you are I like to call them the money drummers. These are the guys that are consistently working in studios, making the records that sell millions of copies,
Making a living.
making a living playing drums. They're not doing drum solos all over the place and becoming internet stars and stuff like that. No, these guys are doing it.
They're working. Well, you know, and it's a different world. I love the whole social media thing, but the thing that I try to stress to the younger generation and even the older generation, because now people was, you know, I've been posting some more videos because everybody's been saying, oh, you should post more videos. I like to see you play. You know, you should post more videos. And, you know, yeah, but to a certain point, because it's fun to do that, but that has to be like just one thing, you know, like it's a tool.
Right.
You can't make that your whole career, especially after you get 1 million followers. Okay, that's great. Now you have those million, you have all those eyes on you. Give them something to show what you're going to do if you want to stay in this business for the rest of your life. You can't do that for the rest of your life.
No, you can't.
And the technical stuff, I mean, we all love those guys. I mean, we're in awe when we watch those guys. But that's not what's going to get you work in the music business. And of course, things have changed these days, you know, well, since drum machines came out. But nobody programs a drum machine better than a drummer. And if you want to make it sound real, you play the drums on top of the drum machine. It's like, be creative. Get your hands on there. Make sure you're the one making the beats.
Absolutely.
It's a whole new world.
Absolutely.
So what else? Let's do our grumpy old man thing. Well, you have any? Have you been grouchy lately, or you been in a good mood? Because I couldn't think of something. And the last time I had so many, I think I said the same ones.
I'm still married, so I can get grumpy at any moment.
Well, yeah. See, I'm not married anymore, so
the grump vibe is starting to fade.
yeah. But it's still there because as you get older, you get grouchy. You just lose patience. You just don't put up.
I get grumpy when we're talking about the videos that are on YouTube and all that kind of stuff. With I see these guys. It's like, I'm going to teach you how to play this thing. He does this one thing great, and he's going to show me how to play it. So just because you show me, I have to learn it? No, I don't have to learn it.
And then what are you going to use it for?
Yeah, you just showed it to the world, and nobody's going to use it. Where are they going to put this? I made a comment. There's this young girl, I won't mention her name, drummer. She's always playing to songs, and she's got the biggest smile on her face, and she's a beautiful.
Which is great. She's having fun. Which is good.
So she was playing to Layla, and she actually was drumming over the beginning. Right. She was putting fills on it, and I just made a comment. Do you know that you just played over Eric Clapton's solo?
Don't tell me she said, "Who's Eric Clapton?"
No, she didn't answer back. She didn't say anything about it or anything like that. And but all these comments from these guys. Oh, why don't you leave her alone? What? She's just having fun. No, she wants to be a drummer. She wants to be a professional drummer. I said, I am trying to help her to show her that what she did, a mistake that she made by playing over Eric Clapton.
Right.
I know she's having fun, but it's something you don't want to do if you're really playing with Eric Clapton.
Right. You would be fired.
Yes.
In a second. And you know what? And let's face it, you making a comment, because you don't make that many comments on people's pages, you thought you were doing the right thing, because we respect you in this industry because of who you are.
Right.
Who are you?
Who am I? I don't know.
But, seriously, we respect you for who you are. So you're giving advice, and then you get all these people that are still in their basements playing and never going to, nobody, is never going to know who they are, unfortunately, or whatever, telling you what you should be saying and disagreeing with you.
And most of these guys are old, in their 50s and 60s, and they're saying, oh, this beautiful little girl, so beautiful. It's like, stop looking at that. Just look at the way she's playing the drums.
And that's the other thing guys have to get over with. Enough with the, oh, you're good for a girl. Oh, because there's so many great girl drummers these days, and more than there's ever been. And it doesn't, yes, of course they're cute. I mean, if you're a guy, a girl's going to be cute. Let's face it, so what? But watch the playing and talk about the playing.
I dare anybody to go up to Sheila E. and say, you're good for a girl, if she doesn't punch you in the face.
I mean, really. Well, yeah. So I was trying to think of my old man rants, but the only thing that it's not really, it scares me. And I get the point of why they make these commercials, but the cigarette commercials, because cigarette smoking is bad. We all know that smoking cigarettes, and we all know how hard it is to give up cigarettes because it is like a drug and you get addicted. But we all know. So the thing is not to start. But these commercials, yeah, I know the effect is to scare you, but that one when you hear, I mean, I could be in another room and I hear that and it makes me physically ill. It's like I don't want to be thinking like, because that could happen to anybody. It's like, and then the little kid with the mom. Yes. So if that doesn't get you scared, then I don't know. I know that's the purpose of the commercial, but we don't need to constantly see that.
This one. I smoked for 50 years.
Yeah. Whose fault?
I'm watching a comedy, and now all of a sudden I'm watching.
Exactly. It changes your mindset and everything.